We've been working down at Glastonbury now since March this year. We normally put the pyramid itself is a main structure that stays in all year. The farm organised to put the skins in the roof, and then we come in and put the substructure in. We mark out the stage, the actual deck level itself. So basically the stage itself we put in, and then we put all the access ramps in, the stairs, all the wings, all the loading dock, we put that in every year. And then we build the goalposts either side. These are wider this year. The production company have requested a larger goalpost, so we've done further engineering. They've been widened by 2.4 metres to allow for a larger screen. They're double goalposts in themselves, which allows for a heavier screen to be hung as well. Over the years, or since I've been doing this for about 4 years down at Glastonbury, and in that time the pyramid, the actual substructure remains relatively the same, just because there's only one way it can go. It can only be built one way. It fits between the towers and the actual structure itself. We've added extra additions like the goalposts. We now build a deck under the goalpost for a press viewing area. We put screamers along the front, which is this platform along the front of the screens, and then it joins onto the front of the stage. That not only allows the easier access for loading in the screens, so they load in the main stage, run all their screen modules out over the screen, and then they can raise their screen, so it's a lot safer. And it also allows for when they've got acts coming in, if they want to run along the side for whatever reason, along out into the wings, there's that option available. So basically in the pyramid arena we do the stage and the peripherals. We have 4 delay towers for PA. We have 2 follow spot towers that sit behind the front of houses. The front of houses this year are a lot lower to allow for the crowd to see over the top of them, rather than having a dominant structure in the middle of the arena. So we're trying to keep everything as minimal as possible. So they've been newly designed this year for Glastonbury. So they'll stay there as a permanent structure, or not permanent, but they'll stay as Glastonbury's front of houses. We have the follow spot towers that sit directly behind those. And then we do 2 large disabled viewing platforms in the pyramid arena. Across the rest of the site, we build all 4 of the main stages. So of the pyramid 1, we do the substructure. We have the park stage, which is the park arena at the top of the hill, at the top of the site. We do a 60-metre supernova in there, which is one of the smaller varieties of the staging. We have the West Holt stage, which is a 19-metre supernova, which is 6 bays deep, so it's a massive performance area. And then we have the other stage, which is a new stage we've developed this year for Glastonbury and to take on elsewhere. But as Glastonbury, it's a new stage for them. It's a massive ground support flat roof, which has the screens and stage performance area and PA all integrated into one roof. So it's a 16-leg ground support roof, and is now the biggest stage at Glastonbury. Glastonbury wanted a bigger system because they had a 22-metre supernova last year. We put extra arches in last year to increase the weight loading, but they're almost at their limit, so they needed a bigger system. This is the other stage. This is the new system we've developed this year. Between the wings either side, it's 25 metres span, so it's a massive performance deck. It's got a trim height of about 20 metres, and the roof itself is a ground support system. So the legs, either the 16 vertical legs, they're all craned in at the base, and then the whole roof itself is built as a grid over the stage itself, and all 6 mast climbing. It's a mast climbing roof, so the whole roof in its entirety sheeted up lifts up in one complete system. It's got a massive weight loading capacity. We can go about 5 tonne over cross stage arch. We can hang about 4 tonne of video, 3 tonne of PA. So it's got a massive weight loading as opposed to what they've had from previous years. Normally when we build a stage, we have an arch roof or a different profiled roof. That means there's a lot more work in the air. So with this roof in particular, majority of the work is done at ground level, at stage level. So the stage is handrailed off. Everything is done within the constraints of the stage, which is under CDM is a lot safer working practices. So the whole roof is built, all of the arches are built, it's all sheeted, the main roof structure. We can even allow, if the rigging company was in, they could have put their points in early. Then we could take the whole roof up, lock it all off from a cherry picker, minimal climbing, and then all we have to do is put the side sheets in, the gable sheets. On this stage as well, we have an external cowshed on at the back of the stage for more storage space, basically. But with these, you can see from the blackouts at the moment, in front of those, that's where the screen hangs. And what they didn't have last year, that would have been a standard goalpost like we had at the pyramid. But behind that, that's masses of back of house storage area that you wouldn't have had before. From our point of view, this roof opens up an area in the market that we couldn't capture before. We have our larger system, which is a larger flat roof. That is a main touring roof. But the price difference between this one and the larger touring roof is quite significant. So we have a lot of arch profile roofs. We do have a smaller flat roof, but that's a lot smaller. So it goes into intricate venues like we put it at Hampton Court and Kew Gardens. But this roof allows for the production load. It's got a real nice high trim height, and it allows for that production load. And it's that sort of the medium weight flat roof, should we say, that I think we've had a void within ourselves that we couldn't provide for. We fabricated all of the trusses ourselves. All the decking is new this year. We've made about 2,500 to 3,000 square metres of decking this year to allow for these new products. The roof is brand new. It's all been made in-house, and all the skins and everything, we also make all the skins ourselves. It's our largest client for a single festival. So we obviously work with a lot of clients from larger shows, but this is the single largest festival. Well, it's the single largest festival in the world, which we have looked after for many years now.